Hello, welcome everybody. This is the webinar, How Toyota Motor Manufacturing France has made its maintenance a competitive advantage. And it's going to be hosted by myself, but the person doing most of the talking is Reynald de Beauharnois from Toyota.
Yes, good morning and good afternoon everybody. Today I will have the pleasure to share with you how Toyota manage its maintenance and to obtain an efficient operational production. What to say is Toyota, we have no central organization for the maintenance. Each department or each division has its own maintenance organization, and general manager of the division is in charge of the maintenance, except for press shop and plastic shop, which are small shop and which are under the production manager responsibility. We move from one team, two teams, and three teams in terms of maintenance, and from three to be able to achieve 3 million vehicles in 20 years, and now 3 million vehicles in 10 years. Globally, we have for our plant 250 people in the maintenance team, divided in 6 workshops: press shop, welding shop, paint shop, plastic assembly, and facilities. And just to give you an example, it was in May 2019 with a new organization to prepare the launch of the two new vehicles. The production maintenance in the welding department, we had on the weekdays one assistant manager, one group leader, and 2 team leaders, and 8 maintenance team members per shift, and 1 maintenance agent. And we have for what we call VSD, meaning Friday, Saturday, Sunday shift, 1 group leader with 2 team leaders and 9 team members maintenance. That is basic, and we have more or less the same organization in any shops. One important point, we don't have any subcontracting. That means all our maintenance operation and carry out in-house, except for heavy operation, which are scheduled and during the plant shutdown, and for which we are requesting the support of equipment manufacturers like such as Komatsu for press shop, Kawasaki and Nachi for the robot, and NKC for the main conveyance system. We have done some trial of subcontractors to compensate our unplanned staff turnover, but finally it was not conclusive, and we said it's better to work on the cause of staff turnover and plan for a pool of up and coming maintenance. What is important is to have a vision for the maintenance, and over the year we have a vision for the company, and each time we elaborate also a vision for the maintenance organization, and this vision was built with the support of maintenance members. In 2004, when we decided to be the first plant to produce in 3 shifts, like we said for the maintenance, what 3 shift maintenance means, with 60-second tight times and even less. In 2008, when the Lehman Brothers came, we said what should be our maintenance for 180,000 vehicles per year. In 2013, we had for the company back to the basic in terms of vision, and we said how to have a Formula 1 maintenance, and that was our vision. And in 2017, we started to develop our maintenance for 3 million vehicles in 10 years, moving from 3 million vehicles in 20 years. That means we had to change and to think about, are we ready in terms of maintenance? We have several types of maintenance within TMMF. The first one is a curative maintenance, and with a Formula 1 option in terms of training, and in terms also of dollies. That means we have we design special dolly to work very quickly when we have some downtime concern, and these dolly are close to equipment on which we have to act. We have, of course, preventive maintenance. This preventive maintenance is mainly done during the weekend, and we develop several type of visualization of preventive maintenance and the schedule, and we do regularly links between curative maintenance and preventive maintenance to review the range, the frequency, and the training of contents of the preventive maintenance. Predictive maintenance, and we have decided not to launch what we call 4.0 maintenance, but to develop this predictive maintenance directly by the maintenance technician. And we have for each type of equipment what we call a one phaser, and this maintenance technician think about how to develop and what kind of predictive maintenance he had to develop by himself for the equipment on which he is in charge. And finally, we have also a project for maintenance. That means for a new vehicle, we have, of course, a new equipment, a new machine, and we involve maintenance technician member to prepare, to be involved in the design of the machine. And for example, one key point is how to develop the machine to have an easy access of the machine and ergonomic access of the machine, and to be able to change any device on the machine quickly and in the safe condition and ergonomics condition. These maintenance members involved in the project are also in charge of to prepare the training course. The training course will be used for all other maintenance members, and also in charge of to secure the standardization of equipment. And that is one point. And in the project, we have not only a project for a new vehicle, but we have also what we call European Project Kaizen meeting, and some specific projects are developed by a maintenance member through these activities. We have a very important point because we are working in 3 shifts. That means weekend activities and preventive maintenance are key in our organization. That means we are preparing very strongly what we will do during the weekend in terms of maintenance. That means assistant manager, group leader, and specialist review the weekend program in terms of preventive contents, corrective action if we have to do, equipment analysis, and training. There is a coordination meeting between maintenance, production, and production control to validate the shutdown and the restart condition. The validation plan following intervention means how many cycles we have to do on one machine on which we have to do some preventive maintenance or curative maintenance, how many parts of production we will do, and that is validated between maintenance, production, and production control. To be sure, when we restart Monday morning, all the equipment are in good condition. Finally, maintenance management and maintenance production confirm the schedule on the weekend, all the intervention, review the workload and the resources, review the impact on the production plan, and review, of course, the process when we have some particular operation to do during the weekend. That it's how we are preparing our weekend maintenance, which are one for a plant which is working in 3 shifts, a very key point. As you can imagine, when we are in 3 shift operation, we have many constraints because we have few times between morning shift and afternoon shift, only 40 minutes to do any curative or preventive or some analysis, and even less between afternoon shift and the night shift. We have only 7 minutes, and between the night shift and the morning shift only 5 minutes. Meaning we have to define backup to maintain the production. What? Because sometimes effectively we can have some downtime on the one machine. That means how to continue to produce a vehicle with the same time type. Meaning we develop backup. Meaning sometimes one robot will take some welding point from one robot which has some downtime conditions. It means some specific allocation of robot points. or how to convey when we have some conveyor in downtime, how to convey on manual mode when we need. That means a backup plan exists for all our operation from press shop to CES line, and regularly we move from normal production organization to backup to validate effectively the training of maintenance member are okay to be able to do to move in the backup plan, and of course to check effectively equipment are able to move to run in backup. That means training and operationality. That means we have a plan to move regularly and in backup, and this plan is also applicable from press shop to CES line, and of course that is managed also in coordination with the production control. And when we are developing a new machine, the backup are integrating in the equipment design, and the maintenance member, they are participating to develop this backup in any new equipment we will introduce for a new vehicle. Now we will move to the next point, which is managing of maintenance. And to manage maintenance workers, we need some ritual. As we have for a production member, meaning we have, for example, lunchbox. Lunchbox means during the lunch, group leader will meet team leader and 5 members, and they will discuss about difficulties they can have, about projects on which they are working together. Another ritual is the activity team, on which during this activity group leader will invite all his team, that means about 25 members, to do an external activities, but will take profit of this activity to discuss about members concerned and concerned within the team. Another important point is a round table. That means each month 3 maintenance member, 1 per shift, morning shift, afternoon shift or night shift, will be invited to discuss about the company subject during 2 hours. That means he will be take off on the normal operation, and during 2 hours he will discuss with one director of TMMF and one human resources representative about any subject. For example, subject could be the new production plan, could be also preparations of a new tag time, could be also introduction of new equipment, and any subject like that, and that it's once per month during 2 hours. Coffee tokens, and we have also we establish a maintenance committee, and this maintenance committee has a meeting on the weekly basis, and to review several subjects on the maintenance, like hiring, like a training plan, like some development of new grade system, and so on. And this maintenance committee and the next one, which is a monitoring committee with union representative, was put in place in 2017 to prepare the new maintenance organizations needed to move from 3 million vehicles in 20 years to 3 million vehicles in 10 years. Next one, yes, it's a training plan. It's a very key point for maintenance member. Initially, because we didn't have any production and any plant in France before starting the plant, the training plan was established in Japan, and then in TMUK or in TMMC, TMUK for UK and TMMC in Canada. And our maintenance member were dispatched to be trained in these 3 locations. And after, of course, when we started to develop TMMF and to build the plant, we put in place one in-house training center, and the maintenance training center for electrical, hydraulic, robotics, and mechanical basics. And we have also some workshop training center in which we have all the different type of robot, and the member are trained on these robots. That means they are able to disassemble fully the robot and to reassemble fully the robot. And they are also trained to be able to change some specific device on this robot, of course, with a limited time. One new member of maintenance is introduced in the organization. He has a green band during 2 years. And during these 2 years, he has a training plan. And at the end of these 2 years, means when he achieved level 1 and level 2, we have a ceremony. I think I will come back a little bit later on this one. And during this ceremony, the green band will be take off, and it will be definitely certified and introduced as a maintenance member. We have, of course, a training to validate the contents of level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And of course, what the important point is for the maintenance member and the validation of his training is not only to be able, for example, to disassemble one engine on one robot, but to be able to disassemble this engine in a completion time. Meaning for that, between welding shop and the paint shop, for example, we have a buffer of 40 vehicles, meaning when we have one downtime, and for example, one engine to disassemble on one robot, maintenance member should be able to disassemble this engine within 30 minutes, just to avoid to stop paint shop. And that it's one important point. We validate not only contents of the training and the ability of the member to be able to do the operation, maintenance operation, but to be able to do this maintenance operation within the time allocated for to do this operation. What we are doing, that is also very important, is we create troubleshooting or a failure on equipment that during the training session, and the member has to find the cause of the trouble and the cause of the failure on any equipment on which he has to be trained, and equipment for which he has a responsibility to secure a good OE. How to build a training plan and courses. The team leader is a member which coordinates a team of 5 members, and this team leader will define the training plan in line with what we call OPE, which is OE for any equipment and objective. And the training schedule include the slot on the Saturday or during the production or during the Friday afternoon. It means we define a new pattern for a maintenance member, and Friday afternoon is free to be able to do a training session. Training contents and results are reviewed with the team leader and with the trained members every 3 weeks. And of course, there is a particular attention paid to a new hiring member, new recruits regarding the follow-up and the tools which should be available. We had some difficulties, and to be very honest with you, and one difficulty occurs in 2016 was maintenance member. They were running in 3 shifts, but switching rotating. It was from the beginning of the plant. And we had also some market positioning in terms of salary. And we had also some, let's say, mismatch between the operation performed in terms of curative, preventive, and predictive, and project. And we face high turnover in our maintenance staff. That means we started to have some reflection how to, as I was saying at the beginning, not to move to subcontracting of our maintenance, but how to kill the high turnover of maintenance. We decided to work on this point. What was our response? And our response, as I already mentioned, was to implement a maintenance and a monitoring committee with employee representative, maintenance committee with human resources, with production, and with, of course, maintenance representative and purchasing, to think about how to change our maintenance organization. That it was in 2000, we started 2016, and we launched this maintenance committee in 2017, how to kill the staff turnover. And again, with the image for the company was to how to be B segment leader in 2020 with the launch of the fourth generation of Yaris. That means for the maintenance, how to be able to produce 3 million vehicles in 10 years, coming from 3 million vehicles produced in 20 years. We changed our organization. Previously, the maintenance run in 3 shifts, but 3 shift turning, and we decided to align maintenance organization and production organization, and to have one fixed night for maintenance and 2 rotating shifts as the production has. We can become 2 shifts to have a better coverage, and also to follow the production on Friday afternoon, and also to secure a better startup on the Monday morning. We review our great system, and we introduce a maintenance agent status, and we revise the contents of the appraisal for maintenance member. A training program was integrated into these organizations. Of course, the workforce was reviewed, and we launched a recruitment plan, and we reevaluate also the salary of our maintenance member. And you can see here how we design the schedule for our maintenance member. Means night shift is now fixed, and afternoon shift Friday is free to be able to do training slot. And you can see we develop 2 weekend shift for the maintenance, a small team and a big team. And thanks to that, we have a better coverage, and we are able to do more preventive maintenance than previously. And that it was our response to the staff turnover. Not only, of course, one response, but several response. And we came to that after discussion with maintenance member to understand firstly why we had so high level of staff turnover for maintenance member. The tools and methods. To manage the maintenance, we have also, as for other activities, an OBEA maintenance, in which we will find the OEE of any line and equipment. We will find also preventive maintenance board, means it's not in the computer, in a big paper sheet on which we can see the results of preventive maintenance, the planning of preventive maintenance, the result of preventive maintenance, and on which we can judge, based on curative maintenance, if our preventive maintenance level is well adapted, or if we have to change the frequency, if we have to change the contents, or if we have sometimes to review contents of the training. That it's what we are doing on the weekly basis. Of course, we'll find on these OBEA maintenance topic of the month. That means on which subject maintenance member they are working. We, as already mentioned, we follow also backup planning and the result of a backup. If effectively when we move in backup everything was okay, or if we have some adjustment to do. Again, in terms of equipment or in terms of maintenance member training or skills. On this OBEA maintenance, we will follow also analysis of a long shutdown if we have some downtime on any equipment, and we will follow what kind of action we have decided. Again, back of preventive maintenance or some other decision like that. The training schedule, that means we follow on the weekly basis effectively if the training schedule we plan to do is effectively done. And as mentioned, technical project follow-up, like I put 4.0 means predictive maintenance progress, and sometimes on the weekly basis, maintenance member in charge of the development of predictive maintenance come and explain where they are and if they have difficulties, if they need some help, or and sometimes we go and see what they decided to implement. And for a workshop, we follow a long time table and some standard, and we have a top 3 match improvement chart also for any workshop also. Maintenance member, they are member of our organization. That means we have also a quality control circle for maintenance worker. That means they are decided by themselves what kind of concern they want to improve or to kill, or what some activities they want to improve, and they will report. I will come back on this point. FoxNox is a very particular tool. Is one maintenance member does maintenance activities, and he can find some problem out of his own scope on one equipment. That means he will alert and he will say, I think here there is a problem of equipment. We have a kind of reconnection. We call that Fox noise. Shop-by-shop maintenance. It's exchange between European entities and exchange between also entities worldwide. That means each entities is leader on SIM. For example, arc welding. French plant was in charge of arc welding, electrode lapping was for Turkish plant, and the conveyor maintenance was for UK plant. All the plants which work on one SIM, but they will share the result of their work, and all the plants will improve considerably the maintenance efficiency thanks to this share through the shop-by-shop maintenance activities. As for other activities, production for example, we have, and that is very important within Toyota, reconnection ceremony. Green bands are validated through a meeting. A maintenance worker which was green band during 2 years will explain how was his progress over the 2 years, and he will explain also one specific technical analysis he has done. And during this ceremony, officially, we will take off the green band, and the member will be definitively maintenance member. We are sharing achievement between one shop and another shop. Quality control circle. We have twice per year one ceremony, and maintenance member. They come and they explain on which subject they have decided to work together, how they develop their analysis, and what kind of result they obtain. And that it's done in front of all the management of the company. And that is very, very important also to recognize maintenance member activities. And Fox noise, as I've already mentioned, when one maintenance member has effectively found a Fox noise, he will come at the morning meeting of the company, and in front of the president and the other director of the company, he will explain what he found during his maintenance activities, and thanks to him, we can avoid to have maybe some big damage on one equipment, and that is also reconnection. And we develop also CQPM, which is a specific certificate or kind of a diploma for a maintenance member. And my conclusion will be, if Toyota did it, why couldn't you? Most of the time, maintenance is forgotten in the progress plan, and definitively TMMF and within Toyota, we build a vision for the maintenance as well. We build a vision that will support the company vision. That means maintenance activities is at the same level of any other activities. And for example, we said in 2020 we want to be leader for the B segment in Europe. We said, okay, what should be our vision for maintenance? Vision for maintenance is to be able to have a maintenance organizations able to produce 3 million of vehicles within 10 years. To achieve your vision, you should pay close attention to the maintenance member training, create a training program that transfers the needs and dedicate enough time to properly train members. That's effectively a key point, means to have a training program and to have in your organization slot to be able to do this training and to develop this training program. As mentioned also, inverted pyramid also applies to maintenance department. That means the support from management is the key for maintenance member as for any other activities within the plant. I think that concludes what I wanted to share today with you in terms of maintenance, how we are managing maintenance within TMMF.